Hello dear student, once again Imanat here to talk about Unit 8 Level 2. The question or topic of the unit, how important is cleanliness? Yes, how cleanliness is always important, whether for all human beings. Yes, even animals, they care for cleanliness. They don't sit in dirty places, so it is natural in human. So cleanliness is always important. As you know, as a Muslim, it's part of our religious to be clean, and it has a lot of importance as Muslim. Let's move to unit question. Discuss these questions with your classmate. What is the first one? Do you think you use a lot of water every day? Yes, you use a lot of water. Explain, how do you use a lot of water in different home activities for cleanliness and different things. What did your parents tell you about cleanliness? Here, every one of us, we learn from parents, from teachers, from siblings, from friends about cleanliness and these things. So you have to respond. What did your parents tell you? Yes. Next is, look at the photo. What is a person doing in this? Is this correct way to wash the fruit? Yes, the person, he is washing. Is it the correct way? You can respond, is it the correct way or not? Yeah. So yeah, I think it's not bad idea. It's okay, he's washing the fruits, but the important thing is he's wasting a lot of water. There is the bad thing, a negative thing, so he has to put in one bowl and wash it. You can answer whatever your opinion about it. Next, we have to move to the class question. Listen to the this audio track and answer this. How are Yunus and Felix answer the question different? What does Marcus say about the importance of cleanliness? Okay, let's listen and answer the question.
Unit 8, Public Health, the Q Classroom.
Today we're going to talk about the Unit 8 question, which is, how important is cleanliness? What do you think, Una?
Very important.
Why?
It's healthy to be clean. It protects you from germs.
Certainly. Felix, what do you think? How important is it to be clean?
I guess that depends. I think it's possible to be too clean. Some germs are good germs. They actually help you stay healthy. But if you're too clean, you kill the good germs and the bad ones. Of course, it's unhealthy to be really dirty.
Marcus, what do you have to say? How important is it to be clean?
It's very important for the people around you. If you're not clean, you don't smell good. You can make a very bad impression.
Sophie, how important is it to be clean?
It's important, but I agree with Felix. Different people have different ideas of clean. My mother doesn't think the house is clean unless we vacuum every day. I think once or twice a week is enough.
Yes, the Felix answer is quite different. He says too much clean. If you're, is not that enough. So sometimes too much clean person, they are clean people, they kill the good germs and bad germs as well. So some germs are good if you stay a little clean, but cleanliness is important. All the student agrees upon it and everybody agrees upon it. Okay, let's move to the next page. We'll move to the vocabulary. We have vocabulary word and water for life. Yes, the topic of our listening is water for life. First of all, we have to move to the unit question, vocabulary. Agriculture. What do you mean by agriculture? Agriculture has yes, different meaning according to the context. Agriculture uses a lot of water. Animal and plants need water to be healthy. Agriculture means cultivating. Yes, here agriculture maybe means city life. Yes, then average mean like common, not too high, not too low. Yes, climate is the condition of the some area. Climate of Saudi Arabia is hot. Yes, then decreased, this adjective, no, verb. The amount of rainfall has decreased, means reduced, fell down, lessen. Yes, less. So then we have the word disease. This noun. Disease means sickness, illness. Interrupt mean to disturb someone. Yes, to stop someone to doing something. Lake. Okay. Lake mean a little or less, mean not enough, not much or not enough. Sanitation, that is related to sanitary, mean cleanliness, sanitation, everyday cleanliness. Supply mean to provide. Water mean to provide or to give. Yes, underground mean under the ground, mean not on the surface, under the surface of the ground, under the surface of the earth. Okay, then we have to move to listening. Yes, listen to the audio track and you have to take notes. A problem with unclean water, problem with water supply, possible solution. You have to note down whatsoever you listen in shorter forms. Yes, and also you can add these ideas from the books to here. First listen and listen carefully, because next 2 or 3 exercises, all of the exercises based upon this listening. Okay, let's start.
Unit 8. Listening 1. Activity A.
So the class is preparing a report on sanitation as a global problem. Our group is supposed to focus on the topic of clean water, why it's important, what the problems are, and so on. I think everyone read at least one article about this, right? Jing, where do you think we should start?
Well, Emma, why don't we start by describing conditions in different parts of the world? I found some statistics on that. Worldwide, about 2 million children under the age of 5 die every year because of water-related illnesses. That's 5,000 children a day. Marie, didn't you find some information about that?
Yes. Cholera is a disease caused by unclean drinking water. It kills thousands of people every year. This is very sad because we can prevent it.
That's scary. I read a report by the United Nations. It said this problem is more serious now because there are more people living in cities. In 1950, 29.8% of the world's population lived in cities. In 2010, that number was more than 50%. People are crowded together in neighborhoods with no way to get clean water. In these conditions, diseases will spread very quickly.
Toby, you're raising another important question, the water supply. It's not just that the water is polluted. In many places, there isn't enough water. The lack of water for things like bathing, washing clothes, and toilets makes the problem more serious.
Yeah, and with the climate changing, there's less rain. In Africa, many lakes and rivers are drying up.
Well, in my view, people in North America and Europe use too much water. That's the problem. I mean, the average American uses more than 150 gallons a day.
Well, that might be true, but that isn't the reason that there's too little water in Africa. Anyway, I think we're getting a little off the topic here. Let's get back to Africa.
I found some information about...
Did you know that Lake Chad in North Africa provides water for 38 million people? But the lake is getting smaller because of the lack of rain, and because they use a lot of water for agriculture.
Yes, and
you know, I think...
Excuse me, guys, but I think Marie is trying to say something.
Thank you, Emma. And I read that at the same time that the water supply from Lake Chad is decreasing, the population around the lake is increasing.
Sorry, Marie, I interrupted you. That's a good point.
That's okay, Jing. Thanks. I also think we should include some solutions. For example, using underground water. I read a great article about the country of Namibia in Africa. Some scientists recently discovered a huge underground lake there. It's 300 meters under the ground and covers an area of 23 miles by 45 miles. The scientists say it can supply water for drinking and agriculture for 400 years. We can research other solutions as well, like toilets that don't use water and other ways to save water.
Great. I think we have our main ideas. Now, let's think about how to organize and present it all.
Okay, yeah. They are talking about
Unit 8.
water and its importance, and also the water in different part of the world, especially in African countries, how the water is decreasing, and what is the solution. Okay, the solution is to use the underground water. Okay, let's you have taken the notes. Let's move to activity D, activity C, and you have to read these question and choose the best answer. We have yes, how many children under the age of 5 dies every day because of water related diseases, as the speaker told, about 5,000, 50,000, 2 million, I think 5,000. Okay, you have listened it and you can answer these questions. Yes, let's move to next page. Work with a partner, complete the chart with number of the books, then listen and check your answer. Yeah, so if you can complete it, the percent of living people living in cities in 1950, what was that one? Okay, listen and you can find out the answers.
Unit 8. Listening 1. Activity D.
So, the class is preparing a report on sanitation as a global problem. Our group is supposed to focus on the topic of clean water, why it's important, what the problems are, and so on. I think everyone read at least one article about this, right? Jing, where do you think we should start?
Well, Emma, why don't we start by describing conditions in different parts of the world? I found some statistics on that. Worldwide, about 2...
Okay, you have listened it, or you can move back and listen it again and fill in the information in that table. What can a group take turn asking and answering the question? Yeah, this is, you can ask question to your friends or you can answer it by yourself. Why can disease spread rapidly in crowded cities? Yes, disease spread rapidly. For example, these days the disease is spreading, corona. Yes, there is in cities. Why? Because people are intermingle or see one another mostly, so it has most chances, so it's contagious, or it is the pandemic that spread quickly. What effect does climate change have on the water supply? This climate change, for example, in different part of the world when there is no rain, so it has an effect on the weather of the country. Also it change the water supply. I mean, when there is no rain, then no water. Yes. How does the increase the population affects the water supply? Increase in population, yes, definitely it affects. For example, if the population is increasing, the need of water is also increasing. Here it is, say what you think. This is your personal response. You have to read this question and these question and answer it yourself, or you can answer to your teacher during the online session. Then we'll move to the next page. There is facts and opinion. Yes, as you know from the word facts and opinion, facts, there is reality, you cannot deny that, everyone accept. Opinion is different from person to person, and yes, so opinion, everyone has his or her own opinion about different things. So let's move to more differences, facts and opinion. Yes, fact, for example, here about 2 million children under 5 dies every year from water related illness. That is the fact from the research statistics, so it is fact. And opinion, I think the lack of clean water is the most serious problem in the world today. I think this, it shows opinion. Yes, I think opinion. So I think, I believe, in my opinion, these are the words show opinion, but the fact is always the actual word, not I think are. So the fact is fact. So you have to listen these audio track and right here, Paul, if Sarah, Lisa, Jamal, Wala, Daniel, whether they are showing the it's fact or opinion, you have to listen. And also keywords, for example, Paul, seems to me. What does Sarah say? If it is fact, so write here the keywords.
Unit 8. Listening skill. Activity A.
It seems to me that the idea of using underground water is the best solution for Africa's water problems.
Yes, just imagine. I read that the underground lake in Namibia is huge. It's 45 miles long and 23 miles wide. Scientists say the water will last 400 years. And that's just one example.
I'm not so sure. You know how people are. I feel they'll probably use the water too quickly. And then what will happen?
Well, there is a similar situation in the Midwest of the United States, which is a very dry area. In 1911, people started using water from an underground lake called Ogallala for agriculture, but they used too much, and now they don't have enough water.
Yes, and did you know that when we use underground water, the ground above it starts to go down or sink? For example, Mexico City gets its water from an underground lake, and the land in parts of the city is sinking. In places, it is down by 8.5 meters. This is causing a lot of damage to the old buildings in the center of the city.
Well, I don't know. I think that the best thing is to use underground water to help people now and keep looking for better solutions.
So different students, different people, they have given different statements, so you have to find out whether it is fact or opinion. Okay, then let's move to the next page. There is using notes to write a summary. As you know, summary, when we write a summary, it is always 1/3 or 1/4 of a reading or a listening. So you have to find out only the main ideas, important points. Yes, using single words, short phrases or abbreviation to write summary. When we write a summary, so we shorten it, we lessen the actual text or actual listening material. Complete sentence, say right word, not. Then we have word of summary, as we studied in the last unit as well, so it is not that important. Okay, let's move to next page. There is listening to. Is it possible to be clean? Yes, the topic of the listening is it possible to be clean? Yes, it is possible to be clean. So you have to move to the vocabulary and to understand better what the topic is. Yes, allergy. You know, the word allergy is noun, that means different people get infected from different things, like dust allergy. Yes, or condition that make you sick. Any condition, there is just some people get sick, some people have allergy from different things. Automatically, there is adverb, that is from the automatically, that automatic is adjective, means something that happen itself, done by itself or without human control. Bacteria is living thing, microorganism. Defense, yes, we have the word defense is noun. Defense mean protection, yes, or safety. Yes, then digest, how we digest different the digestion system of the in the stomach. Digest is verb, to consume or to utilize. Yes, inside stomach. Dirt is garbage or dust or something that is not clean. Germs are They are like virus, there is germ and different germs, tiny living thing that cause diseases. Yes, old fashioned, something not modern, something old, something ancient are not accepted in the modern era. Sensible is something having, someone having good, yes, good judgment, sensible decision, sensible. Yes, you have to fill in the blanks, read these sentences and complete with the words from the books, and then you do it, show it to your teacher during the online session. Yes, now here is a picture of two different areas. This one is neat and clean, and this one is they are playing in the dirt. But scientists and research shows that the kids who play in the dirt, it improve their immune system. Yes, too much cleanliness is not always good. Okay, we'll listen and then you will understand what the actual problem is. Listen to the lecture and take notes. You have to listen and take notes, so later you can use the notes in solving the exercise. Okay, let's move to listening.
Unit 8. Listening 2. Activity A.
You have to eat a lot of dirt before you die. That's one of my grandmother's old sayings. She used to say that to my mother when, as a small child, I picked up a cookie from the floor and ate it. Or, in the words of another old saying, a little dirt never hurt anybody. These sound like very old-fashioned words these days. People now worry a lot about personal cleanliness and dirt and germs. They use special soaps that kill germs and carry hand sanitizers in their pockets. Public bathrooms have electric towel machines and doors that open automatically, so you don't have to touch anything. Some of these clean ideas are sensible, but research shows that we may be taking this too far. Perhaps our grandmothers were right. We shouldn't worry so much about a little dirt. It's not only that a little dirt doesn't hurt us, it might even be good for us. No one is saying that we should stop bathing or cleaning our houses, but research shows that a little contact with dirt, germs, and bacteria helps children develop their immune systems, our body's natural defense against disease. Studies in Germany in the 1980s compared two groups of children. One group lived on farms, had pets, and was around a lot of other children. The second group lived in the city, had no pets, and spent little time with other kids. The children in the second group were also cleaner. They washed their hands many times each day and often took more than one bath a day. Researchers found that children in the first group were healthier and had fewer allergies than the children in the second group. It seems that this natural contact with the world around them was in fact good for children in the first group. Asthma is a serious disease that often affects children and adults. The disease makes it difficult for a person to breathe. There are many possible causes for asthma. However, researchers believe that one cause might be the lack of contact with normal bacteria as a child. In Australia, some children with asthma are actually taking dirt pills with some bacteria they missed as babies. We need to realize also that not all bacteria cause disease. Some bacteria are good for us. For example, they help us digest our food. Bacteria help gardeners make compost to improve their gardens. Without bacteria, there can be no life on the planet. One researcher put it like this: "I'm not saying we should be more dirty. I'm saying we should be less clean."
Okay, you have listened it. Let's move to next page, 148. There is here. So you have to read these sentences and this activity, and also you have to choose the best answer from the given answer A, B, C. You have to finish it and show it to your teacher during the online session. Yes, next move to activity D. Read the statement, write T for true and F for false. You have to read it. The speaker's grandmother might let her eat cookies that fell on the floor. Yeah, it might be true. Yes, but you have to uh, solve this activity on the basis of the listening track you have listened. Okay, you have to solve it and show it to your teacher. Then we'll move to listening and listen to the sentences from the lecture. Yes, there are some sentences you have to listen and circle the sentence closest in the meaning to the sentence you hear. Yes, you have to choose the sentence which is closest, the nearest to the meaning. Okay, let's listen.
Unit 8. Listening 2. Activity E. 1.
No one is saying that we should stop bathing or cleaning our houses, but research shows that a little contact with dirt, germs, and bacteria helps children develop their immune systems.
2.
In Australia, some children with asthma are actually taking dirt pills with some bacteria they missed as babies.
3.
One researcher put it like this: I'm not saying we should be more dirty. I'm saying we should be less clean.
Okay, you have listened, you have to choose it. And let's move to the next page. There is okay, yeah, this activity. So there is a chart of the hand sanitizer. Do hand sanitizer work in a group? Read the explanation and study the chart, then answer the question. Do hand sanitizer work? So you have to read these two charts: absences from stomach illness, absences for cold. So two companies, a group of doctors did study. So they gave sanitizer to the student in some classroom. Group A, they give the sanitizer, yes, A, but group B, they did not give the sanitizer, and then they check the student attendance during the classes. Absences for stomach illness, group A, total days 0, 1, 2, 3, and total days 33 absent. Group B, because they did not take sanitizer, 48 were absent. Absences from the cold, so 51 absences for in group A with sanitizer, 54 without sanitizer, they were absent. So you have to read these questions. Which group had more days absences because of stomach illness? Definitely it's 33 is group A. Which group had more days absent because of cold? Yes, so you have to answer these questions according to the chart. Then your personal response, your opinion, your personal experience. What did you learn from this unit? Say what you think. These are the questions. You have to read the questions and answer these questions according to your do you worry about contact with germs? Why or why not? What is your experience with dirt as a child? What vaccination do children and adults usually get now? Think about listening 1 and 2. As countries around the world have become more modern, so these are the questions you can read and answer these questions on discussion boards on the blackboard with your teacher, or you can also answer these questions at your own. Then we will move to the last topic of the unit, that is using the dictionary. As you know, every unit we do the same thing, so we have different words. Yes, to use the we check them in dictionary. They give us definition. They also show us which part of speech the word is, word form such as its plural, past tense, participle form, also pronunciation, grammatical information about the words when we see it in the dictionary. It's countable or uncountable. Also word shows the origin, where it comes from. Yes, read the dictionary entry of word disease, then mark the different kind of information. Disease, if you see this word disease in dictionary, you mark different, circle the pronunciation, circle the part of speech, is noun, put yes next to the grammar information, put star next to the example sentence or phrases. So let's move to the activity. Is the word bacteria singular or plural? Bacteria, yeah, it is. I think it's plural. Yes. What is the adjective in the same word? Sanitation. Sanitation is noun. What is the adjective? Sanitary. Okay, let's move to next page. There is, what is the verb in the same word family as defense? Yes, defense is noun, so we have to make the verb defend. What is the adverb? Sensible. Of word sensible, you have to look at the dictionary and write its adverb. Also bathing, listening to the speaker says we shouldn't stop bathing. How do you spell the base form of the, yes, only the base form of bath? Do you pronounce the in asthma? No, th is not pronounced. Then there are some mistakes in these sentences, so you have to correct the mistake. Yeah, identify the error in each sentence, then correct the error, correct the mistake. Some bacteria doesn't make you sick. No, bacteria, it is not singular, so we use don't. The kitchen in that restaurant is not sanitation. Yes, the kitchen is, so the mistake is will be here. So you have to read these sentences. Don't worry about me, I can defend myself. So you have to look at the main verb, like so you have to look the exact word we'll use here in look at dictionary if it is defense or defend. Yes. After the big storm, I think it's very sensibly. Yes, you have to look at the dictionary and find out the error and which word is not correct. So you have to correct the error and complete this information. My sister bathed her baby before bed at the warm water relaxes him. Air pollution is a problem for us because of our son has asthma. So here which is a mistake. So you have to look at the dictionary the meaning and do this. Thank you so much for your for watching this video. Hope this video helps you, and this was the last unit of this session. See you next. Thank you.